We have gathered testimonies from people from Bucha, Irpin, Gostomel, Makarov, Matizhin, even before these towns and settlements were liberated, because some people were lucky to escape from the city. I must admit that Russian troops don't provide humanitarian corridors for a peaceful evacuation of civilians and organize the terror. And we know about this terror, about enforced disappearances, about killing, about sexual violence before. But I was in shock when I saw this photo and video of men and women lay dead with their hands tied under their back. Now our mobile groups are working on the spot, and there are plenty of international journalists who directly spoke with civilians, who gathered testimonies, who published articles, who about who did these atrocities, and it clearly states that it's Russian army, and this all death was done by Russian occupation, during Russian occupation. And I think that Russian officials in this response are even violate not even law norm, but even moral and ethic norm which exist.
Now, and to look at the process, and this being your specialty, what kind of process and length of time are we likely looking at for Ukraine to effectively prove these war crimes and take Russia to court?
We gathered these testimonies as Human Rights Initiative Euromaidan SOS. Ukrainian officials, state bodies also gathered this evidence from the ground. Also, the international organization are working on the spot. So all this evidence will be used to present them in International Criminal Court, in International Commission of Council of Human Rights of UN, to Moscow mechanism of OSCE, and to all other international mechanisms which can bring perpetrators to justice or to provide a truthful investigation of what's happened.
And another angle is you yourself used the word shock, talking about seeing these images, and I believe that's a highly accurate response that everyone in the world has had seeing these pictures. How important, when it comes to the legal case, when it comes to dealing in the aftermath of war, the fog of war, how important are these images? Are these initial footage and videos being taken? Is this all key and central to what may come in the courtroom?
But it will be only one form of evidence, because now we have medical documents, we have testimonies, we have a lot of other source of information which can prove these images. So it's not only one, it's maybe one picturesque evidence, because it's very widespread. But why I wasn't shocked, because, okay, now we have a liberated Kyiv region, but Russian troops are still present in different other places in Ukraine. And these horrors, these atrocities, they are going on even during our conversation. And if we see such kind of horror in Bucha, what we will see in Mariupol, I'm really afraid.
And as we're seeing the evidence, or at least the aftermath of the Russian invasion there becoming evident as they move away, there's some saying that these type of atrocities being uncovered is actually increasing the pressure on figures such as President Zelensky to come to an agreement quicker, to basically acquiesce to Russian demands sooner than maybe not. Is there a sense that there's a double-edged sword to these details emerging there? Does it actually raise the pressure on, from the West even, to reach a resolution instead of seeking a total victory to oust Russia?
Russia used war crimes as a tool of conducting this war, is a method of warfare. They did the same in Syria. In Syria, they used chemical weapon against civilians. So it's the usual behavior, it's the usual pattern, which is covered and tolerated and encouraged by their commanders and their political leadership and state media.
Oleksandra Matviichuk, coming to us from Kyiv, human rights lawyer. Thank you for your time. Stay safe.